Hello everybody. This is another update in the situation we've been dealing with this storm Riley, I guess we called it. And it's Saturday afternoon, late in the day at this point. And just had another meeting with our key department heads, National Grid, and all those that have been working so hard the last couple of days to deal with the challenges that we continue to face. We're not out of the woods yet. We are seeing, obviously, the tides are starting to lessen. Although the next two tides are still way above what normal tides are, but they'll be far less than what we've seen with the storm surges over the last couple of cycles. I want to just update everybody on a couple of issues. One is National Grid is working very hard in our city doing the assessments, and then from there, then they make their recommendations on how to move forward. In other words, there's parts of the city that are out for a larger reason. Other parts are, it may be a tree taking power lines down, it may be taking about 20 houses out. So they're going through all of these neighborhoods and all these issues, and Montclair, West Quincy, parts of Wollaston, House Neck are still dealing with outages. So we want you to really understand that they're working very hard at it. We're working as a team, some cases with our forestry department on some of the tree issues. I think parts of probably House Neck will be the last pieces because there was so much water damage that we're probably looking at another 24 hours at least before that's completely up and running. So, again, stay tuned on that. Another piece is C Street. House Neck has been cut off, as you know, for the most part, and we have had the National Guard units helping us get through. We are shifting some resources now with our buildings being safe with some pumping, and now that the tides are starting to recede, we're going to be doing some severe pumping on C Street to try to get that down so we can get regular traffic through. Having said that, we encourage people to use caution because once the water's off, we have some cleanup to do with debris and so forth. Tomorrow, our crews are going to be out there dealing with a lot of issues, tide gates, but cleanup. We'll be out there on the roads. We've got Commander Shea Boulevard and Victory Road and East Quantum Street, the Causeway. We've got obviously C Street, parts of Post Island, parts of the Cove. All those areas that went under a few times that left a lot of debris behind. We've got contractors coming in with our city crews, so all day Sunday we'll be working around the city on those issues. Also tomorrow, it actually has started as we speak, but also tomorrow you're going to see some people around. Particularly those people that are on the waterfront. If you're near seawalls, you're going to see bodies out there assessing our seawalls, taking information, taking photos. They are representatives of the city so that we can prepare for the next phase, which will be restoring and perhaps in some cases replacing some of the infrastructure that was damaged through this storm. We still have the emergency operating number 617-376-1105, and that again is for general information, reporting things. The pumping crews have begun in some areas that are away from the coast, and they'll go right through tomorrow, all day Monday, and that number is 617-376-1910. That's to get perhaps your basement or whatever pumped out. Now, our inspection services department is going to be out tomorrow with about 6 or 8 inspectors through those neighborhoods, one looking at whether some of those homes, if anybody really can go back into them structurally, if they're sound or not. And 2 is they'll be out there with flyers and information for the public, generally speaking. I'm going to give you another number, which is the Inspection Services Department hotline. So that's 617-908-2144. The purpose of that number is about any questions relating to getting your house back up and running through electrical permits, plumbing permits, general permits that your contractors may need. Encourage people to make sure you're using responsible contractors, make sure they're licensed. In the city, in our part, we're going to waive any permit fees that may be incurred during the course of getting your house back up and running. Inspectors will be available for questions that people may have. We're here to help. We understand there'll be some situations that'll be far more severe, and it may be weeks or months before you're up and running. Others, it may be a week or so. So the other aspect of this, I know, as you know, is the whole cleanup of your property and your home. We are going to be putting on extra rubbish pickups, particularly for those streets, mainly for those streets that were mainly affected by the tides, by the flooding. So those items you may have lost, in the basement, or a, you know, you might have a family room downstairs, carpets and furniture. Those can go out at curbside for regular day. If you don't get it out for, and I know Hosneck is Monday, for example, if it's not out by Monday, that's okay. Get it out Tuesday or Wednesday. We're going to have trucks running the route on a regular basis. We cannot have gasoline or paint out for that. We're going to put together a special hazardous waste pickup day. So that's got to be separated. And in addition, we want to leave it up to your contractors as far as real construction heavy debris. Please don't put out plywood and wallboard and studs. That gets really gets mixed up and contaminated in the way we're doing the trash pickup. It's not helpful to us. We're going to be as helpful as we can to you. We ask you if you could cooperate with us. So there'll be people around all these areas. You're going to see a lot of city folk, private contractors, engineers, inspectors out over the next couple of days. Again, those numbers I listed, they'll be on the screen. Feel free to call. The mayor's office will be, obviously, my staff's been working all weekend, but the office hours back on Monday will be available 617-376-1990 if you have any questions or concerns. We are working with the Red Cross and Salvation Army. We thank them, and we are helping those folks that may have no place to go. I know a lot of folks have found family or friends they've been able to go to higher ground or somewhere else to spend a few nights where they have heat and power. Those folks that don't have that ability, we are working with them as we speak to get some temporary housing, a hotel, etc., so that everyone can get in and out of the cold. So again, we're working very hard. We're working together. It's been remarkable, the cooperation between the various agencies. Spoke to the Lieutenant Governor earlier today. They are declaring a disaster to the federal government, so we're looking at a process coming up for federal relief in some way, shape, or form, and that will be very bureaucratic, I'm sure, but nonetheless, we as a city will be filing all the necessary paperwork to avail ourselves as a community to those potential federal funds. And those homes that were directly affected will fall under that through the FEMA process, and we'll be in touch in the coming days on that piece. So thank you everybody for all the great help. I think I've thanked everybody except for Brewster Ambulance. I got to give them a shout out. They've been remarkable working side by side with our public safety officers and officials out there. So thank you to everybody once again, and you know, stay warm and stay informed.